Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Becky from Bags by Becky Mac. In today's video, we're going to do something fun. First off, I want to show you, this is the backpack. It's actually the Bonn Backpack from Pink Pony Designs. It's a cute little kid's, probably elementary size. Very simple, wonderful bag to make. I have a slip pocket in it for some of their crayons. I made a pocket without a zipper. A lot of kids don't need that, and it has, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a zipper overlay on it. It's made with waterproof canvas. It has the vinyl on the outside, and then just simple straps on the back. Great pattern. I made 50 of these, and I sent them down to Kentucky last year. There was floods down there, and their schools got hit really bad. And a lot of the kids lost their supplies and they were getting ready to go to school. So my husband likes to donate and he helps out a lot, but I feel like I wanted to contribute. So this pattern came out so easy, fast, and like I said, I sent 50 of them down there. I filled them full of school supplies. So anytime I make these, I don't sell them. I use these for giveaways for that, to help out. That's my way of giving back. And they're just cute, and it's just so simple. But in today's video, I did something a little different. I wanted to try to make them again with TPU. And I used also jelly. And this one, which will be in the video, it has a lining in it. I kind of debated about putting them in, but I did. I wanted to try it. It's totally different. It's modified from the one I just showed you. It has binding around it to help close up the lining. There's waterproof canvas in the bottom. It has wonderful, cute, colorful straps. I mean, I just think it's adorable. It has this neat magnetic snap. You don't have the prongs going through. I will have everything I did in the description box below with the links and everything. So this one has the lining. But before I did that, I did two other ones. They're just fun to make. Like I said, it's a super, super pattern. You can get it on her website. This one, both of these do not have linings in them. So they will, you can see, and I don't think it's a big deal, but they're seams, so it kind of looks unfinished. Again, with the binding, with the snap, the cool little straps and hardware. It's a quick sew, a lot of fun to make. Did a lot of practicing on them. The red one here with the red poppy and the red jelly with the black straps on the back, black hardware. They're just cute. So I wanted to make a video just to show the process of working with TPU. And I don't know. They're adorable. So give a look at my video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe. And if you'd like to purchase any of the other bags I've made, go to my website, bagsbybeckymac.com. So we're going to start working on this one, and let's get started. Let's go over the pieces we're going to need for this modified backpack from Pink Pony Design. You're going to need two flaps. I chose to use jelly and TPU. Look how fun that is. So I have the pink jelly and the TPU flap. You're going to need at least 32 inches of whatever you want to use for binding. She has everything in the pattern that I'm describing here. If I modified anything that's from the pattern, I will let you know. This is being one of them. We need binding, 2 inches by about 32 inches. You'll need 2 exterior pieces for the bottom. You'll need 2 lining pieces. And for the lining, I'm not doing cotton canvas because, as you can see, the exterior is going to be TPU, and I want to keep that clear. So what I ended up getting is I have some 4 gauge clear vinyl, and I will be sewing this as part of the lining to the waterproof canvas I'm using. So it's very minimal. I'm trying to do something different with this here because I've already made 2 bags, and inside it has the open seam. Not very attractive. Binding is very, would be very hard on that. So I'm trying to see if I can make a lining with the clear plastic. So we'll kind of learn that step together. So that's minimal. You'll need 2 D connectors. You will need your 2 straps, and you can choose what size you want. It is in the pattern. You'll need 1 handle. I went for this multi-color. You will need just a couple of rivets. I'm going with the pink. Your bag tag, 2 swivel hooks, 2 sliders, and 2 D-rings. Very minimal pattern. Again, we'll see how it goes. I'm using a size 18-inch needle. I'll be using my cylinder arm and Tech 70 thread, kind of a hot pink. So next thing we're going to do is you'll take your D connectors and you're going to place a mark, and she has that in the pattern. Again, a lot of these is the same except for when I modified, I'll let you know. You put double-sided tape on the bottom, flip it over, and you're going to put double-sided tape on the top, and I will show you what we do with that. So we don't need these pieces right now. So the next thing we're going to do is prepare our bag. So what we're going to start with is, I think the easiest thing is the lining. And again, I said I made 2 other ones, but I didn't put a lining in them. So what I'm going to do is I have my vinyl, clear vinyl cut, and I have my bottom waterproof canvas. I'm going to clip that around, and then you're just going to sew across here and the bottom at 1/8 on both pieces. Then what I'm going to try to do is I will put the right sides together with both pieces and just start with a 1/4 inch seam on this, and then don't do the bottoms. A lot of you guys know how to do the box corners, but let's not do that until once we finish the bag and see how this fits, if we have to kind of take it in or not. So right now I'm just going to prep this. I'm going to go over the sewing machine, sew it up real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so as you can see, I put the pieces together, but what I also did, because with the cylinder arm, it is a beefier machine, so it really needs some extra material. I mean, it can go through 12 layers. So I just took one of the backing and I added it, which is going to be real easy. You're just going to unclip it. I did not sew the bottom, and this is going to be a drop-in lining is what I'm trying to create. And see how nice that just comes off. But it really needed a little extra beef to help get it to sew. It was not liking it. So anyways, I'll take that off of there, and it comes right off. And then what we'll do with this is just set it aside and start working on the exterior of the bag. So I wanted to show you this first. So this is the right sides together, and I might have to stick the other paper in there too. It's kind of sticky, but I'm hoping this is going to work. And I left the bottom open, so if you don't want it to stick together, just stick your paper in there temporarily. I'll just do something like that, and then it won't stick together, and we can work on that later. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next step. Okay, so now we're preparing the other pieces. I went ahead and prepared my lid or flap, and because it's a totally different flap, the one that she has, you will be turning it inside out, sewing it, you know, and turn it inside out. But this one is, because of it being TPU and jelly, I'm just stacking it on top. I'm going to go and sew it about 1/4 of an inch around, and then I'm going to trim it down to 1/8. And then this one is a front. I decided on this one to be the front, and I just clipped the bottom, and then we're going to go over and we'll sew the top. You can top stitch it and sew the bottom. So that's all the preparation on those two pieces. Plus on this one you can also put your nameplate, and she has all the directions, you know, how far, whatever you want to do on that. Excuse me. And then so those two pieces, but this one here, this is the back, and we're going to get ready for the straps. Now in the pattern she has the marking for your D-rings, and so what you want to do is on your D-rings connectors, there's going to be in the pattern marks that you need to make, and that's we'll show you how that goes as I sew this. So what I'm going to do is I made the marks of where to put this. So this is to sew it down. So I put the double-sided tape on the wrong side. Well, okay. No harm, no foul. We'll just put another piece on it. We'll get it figured out. I love it when a plan comes together. Oh wait, it didn't. That's all right. We'll get it fixed. All right, so we're just going to take that off of there, and we're going to place it on the mark. Okay, so we do that, and same thing with this one. Is you find your mark, and then take off the double-sided tape and keep it straight. Make sure it goes up straight. Then you're going to take it over to the sewing machine, and you're going to sew on those two marks that I have on there. And then when you get done with that, I will show you the next step. Actually, I decided to show you how to do this. Just like anything normal, and you're going to hold your threads. I have my stitches at 4.5. You want to back stitch, so you do a couple stitches. And you don't want to pierce too much of the vinyl, so one more stitch there. Go straight across that line, and back stitch. Okay, and then what I do is I just pull my thread to the next one. Okay, make sure it's straight, lines up with the line. Then you don't have to hold your threads. Make sure you back stitch. Okay, so then you go over and trim it up, and I'll show you what the next one is. Okay, so now we're going to trim our threads. And then take it back over. We're going to get our D-rings. And we're going to slide them on. And what she wants is, then what you're going to do is peel this up gently, and you're going to cut, I think it says about 1/8 or 1/4, but I'm just going to cut it right above that double-sided tape. Okay. And then I'm going to get some more double-sided tape since I messed this up. I think it's because I wanted a certain color. Both these sizes kind of green, but I wanted to mix it up with the blue and green. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take this off, and if you want you can take that double-sided tape off. It's not going to show anyways, it's going to be underneath. You're going to take it back down to that original line and push it down and have your D-ring like that. Okay, so let me get some more double-sided tape here. And put that here. We gotta cut that. So we're gonna lift that up gently. Cut right above that. It helps eliminate the bulk. And then we'll take this one off and take it down to that original line, pressing firmly and pulling that up, making sure, yep, that it's all lined up. And like I said, if you want to, you can take that off. It's not going to show anyways. So, I'm sorry about the camera. Okay, so then we have that, and then once you get that all stuck there, then you're going to take your other bottom piece and we're going to clip it on. Okay, and push that down a little bit, make sure. Then we'll go over the sewing machine, and then we'll sew all these pieces with a number 6 stitch length, and make sure they line up here, and the top and the bottom. And then when you go over here, you know, you could still maybe need a hump jumper or that one piece of material just to hide, but with the cylinder arm it doesn't seem to bother it. But with domestics, I'm not sure how well this would do with the domestic because of all the thicknesses I have. So okay, we're going to take this over to the sewing machine and sew all 3 of these pieces. And guess what? The bag is almost done. That's how easy this thing is. So I think the hardest part is going to be putting the straps on, but that's not even hard. All right, let's go over to the sewing machine. Okay, we're going to first get started, and we're going to do the flap. And like I said, we're going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance around it. I have my stitch thread at 6, and oh, that's not where I want it to be. There we go. Hold your threads, and there we go. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to press this down just a little. Like I said, normally it doesn't have any problem with it. But I do see that it's shifting a little bit. So there we go. Okay, we're gonna go over to the table and we're gonna go to the next step. Okay. Okay, back at the table, you want to find your center marks on both of the exterior, and you want to find your center mark on your flap. And then again, this is going to be a little different. So put a piece, this is 1/8 inch double-sided tape. So I put it on top of there. I found my marks, center points, and I have these marked here. And then I'm going to take this double-sided tape off, maybe. There we go. And I'm going to turn this a little bit this way so I can work with it better. Okay, and you want to line up, you want to face right sides together. And you're going to press it down and line it up all across. Okay, then you can take the clip out of there. A little finesse maybe, but we'll get it. Clip that. Have that go all the way across there. Okay. And we're not going to sew this right now because again, you want to put as less punctures in it. So, I mean, you can if you want just to baste it. Since we're going to put binding around that, it might not be a bad idea. I didn't do it with the other ones, but I feel like this could use a little bit. I can see that my handles moved a little bit there when I did that. Okay. Looks good. So I think I might. I'm gonna go baste that and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I basted that on. So now we're going to make sure you keep the straps out of the way. We're going to take the other piece of exterior and we're going to put right sides together, and we're going to clip it all the way, well, on the sides and on the bottom. So you want to clip the sides and the bottom. And I would sew this probably, we'll go with 3/8 since we did the other side, the lining in 1/4. Now you do want to make sure you line up your seams there. Okay, and sometimes the straps get in the way. Keep an eye out that you don't sew them. And then clip all the way up. And like I said, we're going to try the 3/8 and take it over the sewing machine, and then we'll meet you there and we'll get sewing on this. Okay, we're going to get ready to sew this at 3/8. Okay. So now the next step is going to be to square up our corners. So I'm gonna take them like this, pull that out. We're gonna lay the seams down and clip it. Gotta find out which way that goes. Takes a little maneuvering. Again, I'm not sure if this is going to be domestic friendly because of it being so thick, but you don't have to use all vinyl. You don't have to use a jelly if you want to use cotton. Oh, so I'm gonna step away from the camera and do this, but it just takes a little bit of time, and a lot of you already know how to make box corners, but I don't need to waste your time watching me fumble around, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, finally got that, and what I decided to do is, like the little quilting method is, you nest it, the seams together, lay one this way and one this way, and then make sure that it's done the same way on the other side. That seems to take some of the bulk out of the way. So now we're just gonna, I think I might have to take my table off for this one. It's not a big deal. There we go. Your stitch length is going to be at 4.5 again, and seam allowance is 3/8. Don't forget to back stitch. And then just take your time, especially when you're working through all these thicknesses, making sure everything lays flat. What that noise is. Oh, it's my thing getting stuck on the camera stand, sorry. Nope. So we've got that done there, and now I'm going to actually run another seam right next to it, just to kind of well, if I can get it started here. Back stitch. Just to give it extra strength, because it is going to be the bottom of the bag. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. I'm going to trim this off a little bit. Okay, let's do the other side. My hand's in the way. Trying to get that to push through there. Put that up just a little bit. There we go. Goes through it just like butter. Cracks me up. Okay. Another seam right next to it. Trim that up. And then we'll go to the table and we'll see what the next step is. Okay, it's time to turn it right side out. Name tag doesn't get stuck in things here. Like I said, we're going to do a drop-in lining. We're having some fun now. There we go. Push out the seam. All right, got that side. Okay. How cute that is. Okay. There we go. We've got that. So now the next thing is to add our lining. Well, I got the lining in and it fits quite nicely. Earlier I did say to start off with a 1/4 seam allowance all the way down. However, scratch that, and I'll put that a reminder in the earlier part of the video. What you want to do is what you normally do for the lining is you take it in the same amount of seam allowance that you take in for your exterior. Then you will bring it in. So I took my exterior at 3/8. My lining started off at 3/8, about an inch down. Then I took it in to about 1/2. And I did that on both sides. So hopefully I'll put that, like I said earlier in the video, you start off and then you taper in, just like with every lining. I messed up on the other one. I had to remake this one. So now I remembered. So now we're going to clip all the way around, which actually it fits. And then now it's time to put the binding on. You're going to fold it in half. I'm using waterproof canvas, so I don't have to fold it again. I think it would look nicer. I did that on my other 2 bags. This one I wanted to try to eliminate some of the bulk for the domestics machines out there, so I just folded it in half. I'm going to clip it all the way around, and then we'll go to the machine and we'll sew it on. So I'll finish clipping this all the way around. Again, it's real nice if you're using waterproof canvas to crease it, and then it should fit nicely down on your seams. So I'll meet you over at the sewing machine. Okay, so we're going to keep our stitches at 4.5, and I'm going to start in the back. This one you don't have to tie your strings or thread. If you want to, you can. But this is just the first pass, and we're going to go down below here, not up at the top, and we're going to sew at a 1/4 inch all the way around, because then when we turn it over to do the top stitching, we want to do it at an 1/8, and it kind of looks more decorative. So we are going to start at a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around from the bottom, holding your threads. Okay, I had to extend it a little bit more, so I'll finish up here and I'll back stitch. Okay, and I didn't take my clips out, as you can see, because I didn't need to. So, probably should have. This bag, I don't know, I'm just kind of nervous about making this bag because a lot of modification is because of my design, and I guess I'm not real confident. So I know I'm making some errors and silly ways of doing things, but I guess we just kind of learn. Well, now we'll be able to pop this over, and you tuck this all in all the way around, and then you'll clip it again. It down. Like I said, these are prototypes. This is the way I came up with it. So I'm going to, now I don't really like this edge. On the other 2 I made, I actually folded it like regular bias tape, but I wanted to try to see, because of the domestics, to see if this would be a little thinner for them to do it. So folding this down, I want to make sure that I'm going to go down a little bit further, because then when I do my top stitch, hopefully that will kind of give it a better looking finish than having that edge stick up like that. So I'm going to take a little time and work with that, and then I will be back and we'll finish sewing and then put the snap on it, and it should be done. Oh, and then we'll do the straps. So I'll be right back with you. All right, I clipped everything around, kind of got it even. It's hard to clip this back here, so you have to really work it and push it down. And now we're going to take it to our machine here, get them out of the way. And then we're going to make sure these straps are up. I'm going to sew on the back. I'm going to bring it in like that and start over probably wherever you want to start, whatever you're comfortable with. And then grab your threads. Give me a minute, I gotta find that other one. There it is. Okay, and I changed my stitch length to 6. I'm going to sew around at 1/8, and I will do a little back stitch this time. And then just carefully push and pull this down at the bottom here a little bit, and then hopefully that'll keep it lined up. And just oh, the cylinder arm is so good for top stitching. I just love it. Just such a breeze. Okay, there's the top stitching. And then this will just fold. Look at that, how nice. I have the handle. So now we're going to take it over the table. We're going to put the snap on it and finish up the straps. Okay, we're going to get our 2 swivel hooks and our sliders, and the way we're going to put it on is you're going to face the bag like this. Make sure that your straps are right side up. Pull it down. Put your slider on just like you normally would. Okay, then you're going to put your swivel hook facing up, just to give you a good reference. Okay, then you're going to take, like, make a curve or circle. All right, you're going to lift that up a little bit, take that through. I need more. Then bring it back down. Okay, hope you can see all that. I'll do it again on the other one. Bring it down, and then you're going to take these 2 here. So you have the little loop here, and you're going to take these 2, pull them down about 1 inch from here, and then you're going to put a rivet right in the center of that. So about 1 inch. Let me get my, and I got to measure it. It's a little bit more, so I'm going to bring it back up. Maybe do it this way, and then measure down from the center about 1 inch, and then I'm going to clip it. And so that's what it should look like when you're doing this. She describes it in her pattern, but seeing sometimes is a lot better. So let's do the other one. And then once you have the rivet, it's done. So keep your strap up straight, put your slider in, okay, then get your swivel hook and make sure again it's up straight, put that up right, make a circle, okay, loop this up, here's your circle, put it on this side, okay, bring it down on the other side. It's a balancing act, that's for sure. Okay, bring it down on the other side, and then these 2 pieces right here is what you want to grab. You pull that down till it measures about 1 inch, and then you're going to clip it, and there you have your straps. So the next thing is to mark it, and I usually will take, if it's down 1 inch, I will mark it up 1/2 inch, and that's where I will put the rivet. Okay, right in the center, a 1/2 inch up on both sides. Okay, I will get my stuff and then come back and we'll work on that together. So I have this tool here, and again, you need this extra room. Make sure the other pieces are out of the way, and take your ruler. Really? Okay. And take your ruler. Like I said, it takes a lot of finesse, and I'm sorry but I have that already marked at 1 inch down. So now I'm going to put my ruler here, find a 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here, because then I know I'm down, should be right in the center, because this is 1 inch wide. Move this a little bit out of the way. Okay, so we have that, and go directly down and make your mark, and then kind of, I think that's more of the center there. So there's my mark. Okay, and then I'm going to take my tool, find the center hole, push it through. Oh, it didn't go through the green one. Hang tight. It's probably getting kind of dull. And it looks like it went through. Okay, and then I'm going to get my rivets. If it didn't go through, we'll try again. And then put the rivet through there. Yep, it did. Okay. And put the cap on the back. There's my pink rivet. I'm going to get the machine and I'll press it down. Let's do the other one. Make sure we're at 1 inch again. Yep. And make sure you don't cut holes in the other two. That's kind of what I was fighting with earlier. And measure up a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch in. That should be the center. Hope you can see that. I'm going to make my mark. That goofy thing needs to go somewhere. Okay. It's not quite in the center, but we know that's a 1/2 inch. Okay. I need to get that out of the way. It's really kind of a hard way to do this, but it's the only way I know. Did that come through? Nope. Oh, so sorry. Okay, so now we have that, and it went through. So we'll get our other rivet, push it through, and put the back on it. Okay, and I'm gonna go get my machine and have these pressed, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, I've got the rivets in, and now I'm able to use my straps and connect it to that. That color's so pretty. Hey, quit that. Okay. And there we go. We have our straps on there. All pretty in pink. Got our strap connectors and everything, and slide it all the way up. Such a cute little bag. So, Here we go. All right, and we have our handle, and now we have the other snap on there that we're going to put on there, which is a different kind of snap. It's actually a magnetic snap, which is kind of cool. So we're going to find the center, and then I'll show you. I'll go get what I need to get, and we'll continue from there. Okay, so what I did is I laid it out flat, brought the flap up and around, and gave it about, oh, I don't know, an inch. And then I'm laying it flat, making sure it's kind of even on both sides. Again, this is a modified version, so I'm kind of winging some of this, and I do apologize if it's confusing. I don't mean to be, but so then you lay your ruler across, and it looks like 11 inches. So half of 11 inches is 5.5. And then I'm going to take my other little ruler and put it at the 5.5 mark on my ruler here. So hopefully you can all see that. Let me bring it closer. Okay, there we go. Let's pop that a little closer. So I have my ruler here at 11, and then I'm going to bring it at the 5.5 mark. And then you probably want to go about an inch. I would say an inch. And this vinyl is kind of hard to mark, but we're going to go an inch. So I'm using this heat pin. It seems to work. So I've made my mark. And then I have these cool snaps. I don't have them in pink, so unfortunately I'm going to have to use, we'll go with the silver. But these are magnetic snaps, and it actually almost like a rivet. Here's the female, and then you're going to poke a hole and put this in there, and it has the directions on this. I just got this off of Amazon, and it's really kind of cool. So we'll see what we can do here. So I made my mark, and the directions are, because we want this to be the male, so then we'll get the other part. Okay, you can see that. So here's the male, and then you use the same rivets on the bottom there. It comes with tools, so I've only done this twice, so we're going to learn this together. So then what you're going to do is let me double check which way I have. Okay, so I put the female on top here. So you're going to take your tool here, and you're literally going to take the hammer that comes with it, and you're going to poke a hole through it. Sorry for the hammering. So then you're going to take your snap and your female, and you're going to put the female through here, and you're going to put the snap on top. Okay, then they come with the female and the male part for both sizes, because this kit comes with two sizes, 18mm and 14mm. It's really kind of cool. So now I'm going to look for the female part, which is this, and it just pops right in there. It's crazy. And then you take this, and you take this, and you just tap it a couple times, and we're in. You pull that off of there, and there you go. And it's still decorative. And then you have a magnetic snap that you don't have those posts poking through. Isn't that cool? So then we're going to bring it down, and now we'll bring it back up here, kind of where you want the male part. Again, winging it, and I do apologize, but I did say it was prototype and working on it together. And if you have any comments or questions, or can come up with some other ways of helping me do this, I would appreciate it. So now we've done that, and I'm going to line it up, and then like some things you can just kind of press it down and make a mark on it. And if not, another way I do it is I put some ink on this a little bit. It doesn't look like that's going to work. So we're just going to raise it up and make a little mark. Okay, so now we have our mark. And then to protect it, I'm going to put in my, so we're going to come back in here. We're going to take this tool. We're going to poke the hole in this side. I didn't want to hammer too hard, but yeah, it took it. Okay. Now we're going to put the male in, and the male goes on top, and the rivet goes on the inside. So you snap it on there like that. Okay. And then you're going to take the male part, and I don't know if that's the one. Hang on. Yeah, because the other one's for the 14, so I'm putting the 18 in. So then you'll flip it over and take the male part. This is where it gets a little tricky because you got to turn it over here. I'm going to put my mat down so it doesn't hurt my table. Put the male part. Try to get this out of the way the best you can. Okay. See if I can fold this better. All right, there we go. Take your tool, give it a couple good taps. And now you have your male part on. Flip it back over, and there you go. And that's super cool. Yeah, I love that. Okay, well, it's all done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I've taught you some tricks, and I would love to hear from you folks and see how you think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. And if you'd like to purchase this bag or any of my other bags, go to bagsbybeckymac.com, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.